Hello and happy Thursday. Welcome to our Teenage Thursdays. I'm Linnita Hosten, and high school parents hire me when they want their child to stand on their own 2 feet after graduation. And I carve out this time every Thursday to talk specifically to parents and educators who work with teens or high school students, um, and just providing them practical tools to nurture the emotional, professional, personal development of their young person with the ultimate goal of preparing them to reach, be competent for, be competitive for their dream career. So thank you for joining me. If you are live and you are watching, type in the comments so I can see you. Hey, I'm excited to be here tonight. We definitely have some announcements that I wanted to share. But let me know that you're here in the comments. If this is your first time joining me live, also indicate where you are watching from. And awesome. So I know you saw the title. Tonight is super special. First, I want to acknowledge that this week I've been doing my virtual summit, the Young Dreamers League virtual summit, and the feedback has been phenomenal and incredible. Really grateful for the speakers who said yes. If you were not able to register for this month's summit, we will do another one next quarter, just FYI. But I'm super grateful for what got assembled. So I just wanted to acknowledge that tomorrow is our final day. Registration is closed, but know that more information is coming. So as you stay connected, you'll see that. Hey, Niara, awesome. Good to see you. Niara's here faithfully every Thursday. I appreciate you so much, and I hope that your sister had a good Valentine's Day. All right, so you all saw the preview, or you saw the message that I put out there. Me and Felicia Fort are partnering to give away a scholarship to high school students. And before we walk into what all that includes, I want to share with you how she and I met. Felicia was attending Trinity University for her master's degree back in 2015. Her professor at the time was inviting guest speakers in to come in and speak about, pursuing your dream career. So funny how God was aligning me all this time. And I was the guest speaker that day. And she reached out after I left her class, and we just maintained connection since then. So Felicia had her own nonprofit at the time. She invited me in to do some workshops with her students, and she actually had her own scholarship program running. And while we were in the pandemic, in my prayer time, as we were leading up to 2021, I said, God, I want to do something like, give me something else. Like, I want to do something else with what you've given me. And he said, scholarship fund. And so I text Felicia and I say, hey, I'm thinking about what God placed on my heart to do, the scholarship fund. Would you like to partner? Since you already have one, let's double the amount. Her scholarship fund was $1,000. And she said, that's an amazing idea. I would love to do that. And in fact, it can be more than that if we open it up to other donors. So that's how the conversation that she and I had got started. And in a second, I will bring her up. About so she can actually talk about and run through what that would entail. So all of the information for the scholarship, and I see you guys are liking and commenting. We will be, and I'm stalling just to be quite frank because I don't see her yet, but we will be looking. Okay, let me pause back for a second. What Felicia and I have in alignment is the desire to see more Black students to be financially adept and with the opportunity to gain educational credentials in their desired career path. And all of the barriers that contribute to that, students being financially unable to participate or do things, or students being ill-prepared, those are things that she and I are both passionate about. So we share that alignment. And one of the things when Felicia and I met, she used to tell me all the time, my desire is to be a philanthropist. I want to be, I want to give. And I didn't even know what philanthropy was when I met her, but she would talk about it frequently. So when I thought about when God placed this on my heart, she was the perfect person to partner with. And so I'll pull it up here as I wait for Felicia to join. I'll pull up the banner so you all can see where you go to get the information from. But it is at ypfund.org. And we've titled the fund Young DMV, which stands for District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia, Young Professional Scholarship Fund. And it's for high school students. You have to be a high school senior and or a current college student but you reside, your residency is in the District of Columbia, Maryland, or Virginia. And you'd have to have a 2.75 GPA. And she and I talked about that. We talked about some of the educational barriers that exist for students to apply for scholarships because they may not have a 3.0 or higher. So we wanted to meet those students where they are. And residency, talked about the age. It can be either or, GPA, and that's it. Those are the only requirements, but the application components are where it gets a little tricky. So another thing that Felicia and I share in common is how we always want to challenge young people to be more than just meet the requirements. We want them to go above and beyond. So for this particular scholarship fund, students will have to submit 3 letters of recommendation, and that's a prompt that she and I actually sat and talked about, that we're excited to see and hear from students, an unofficial transcript, and a 1-page resume. And then we want a 2 to 3 minute video detailing, what will you do with the funds and why are you going to college? And so that's basically it. The scholarship fund opens up on March 1st. So the application will be open on March 1st at that web address. Everything is online. You can upload the documents there. And submissions close on May 15th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All of that information is on there. So that is the goal. Our heart's desire was to be of support to those who live in the DMV, our high school students and their parents, and to be a financial blessing as best as we could. And we're starting small. So, in our mind, this is just the start. The pot is $2,000 that Felicia and I are both putting in. And hey, Taj, thank you. Yes, Lashante, thank you. Thank you. God is good, and he's present in Felicia and my life. So this is just, I think this is just evidence of him working beyond the scenes and they're showing up in a major way. But so our initial pot is $2,000. We will be aiming to award one student. But it's our heart's desire that, as we talk a little bit about the opportunity for others to donate, that pot would grow and we could bless more students. That's the end goal. That's the end goal. So that's why we called it the DMV Young Professionals Scholarship Fund. And all of the information is at ypfund.org. So if you know a high school student, a current high school senior who lives in the District of Columbia, Maryland, or Virginia, yes, Baltimore is included. Yes, Richmond is included. Please share it with them, the opportunity for them to apply. Applications open up on March 1st, which is next week, I think. Next week. I'm looking at my calendar. Yep, next Monday. Applications open up on next Monday. Let me know what questions do you have, those of you who are watching live tonight. What questions do you have? Awesome. What questions do you have? And Felicia is going to join us in a second. I see she just popped in. I'm going to give her an opportunity to introduce herself, tell you a little bit about who she is, so you can hear from the horse's mouth and why it was important for her to kind of join in on this initiative. Hey, Felicia.
How come I don't see you?
I can see you.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Hello. Sorry.
It's okay. I'll catch you up to what we've done so far. We kind of walked through why, the how, what they have to do to apply. I touched a little bit on the opportunity to donate, but I did want to give you the opportunity to kind of share who you are and why this is important to you from your own lips. You can share with us.
Okay. Also, I'm in my eye. I'm sorry. Ooh. Okay, so scholarship opportunities are very important to me. Just the fact to fund a student and to not allow the cost of college to stop them from going is very important. So we try to give some financial assistance to students so they won't, feel the burden of pulling out a loan or putting that financial burden on their families, and just to get them into school. One of my passions is for everybody to go to school and for me to fund everybody's full college tuition. That's something that I'm going to be doing in the future. I see that as my calling. But right now we're going to give as much as we can
Yep.
until that overflow comes.
Tell
So
them your
just,
story. Tell them your story. Who are you? Like, what? Let's back up for a second because you jump right in. Like,
I'm sorry, yes, because my eye, I don't know what. Okay, go. Ask me the questions. What do I need to do?
tell them who you
Hello, Linnita.
I know you, and I know the purpose that God placed inside of you. I know why working with you is in alignment, but they don't know that. So tell them who you are, what you do, what you've been doing.
Yes, so I am Felicia Fort, the founder and CEO of One Step Closer, Finding the Fun in Math and One Step Closer Foundation Incorporated. I'm a mathematician. That's my thing, that's my calling. But I'm also a philanthropist. I want to give, give, give. So, with our One Step Closer Finding the Fun in Math, with our One Step Closer Foundation, we provide care packages for for college students, freshmen to seniors. We provide opportunities for high schools from ninth to 11th grade to work with our summer externship program. We provide hosting sites or job careers that in DC, and we help pay for their stipend, similar to summer youth, but in a different swing to it. We've been doing that for 4 years now, where we pick ninth to 11th graders, and the reason why we pick that age group is because they're less looked at, and we want to give them some skills so they could be more competitive and to put real jobs on their resume and not volunteer church jobs or babysitting jobs, but real career opportunities that they could start their competitive advantage. Another thing that we do is the Fort to Book Scholarship. That's something that we've been doing for the last 8 years. We give scholarship money to anybody who needs help paying for their STEM books. So science books, math books, anything related to STEM, because that's our passion. And we help fund that every year. So that is a $500 to $700 scholarship. When we made our 5-year anniversary, we gave 7 students an opportunity to win $1,500 to $2,500 scholarship to help pay for transportation, tuition, because you need money to go to school, like to really pack up the car and get from home
You need
to
a whole lot of
school.
money. What?
To You need money to just do
You need
that.
a
So
whole
we
lot
help
of
for
money.
we need help. We help with that. So I went to Benedict College, so I had to go from New York to South Carolina, and that's money, like shopping, packing up the car, or getting a Greyhound bus, which is something I had to do. Packing up the Amtrak train, the plane tickets, stuff like that. So we help with those as well. So that was a scholarship to help toward that.
Let me
But
ask you
every
this.
year we give the
Why
book
is
scholarship.
why is philanthropy important to you? Because you just gave several ways in which you give, not just um, like from a relational perspective, but also from a financial perspective. Why is
Yeah.
that important to you?
One, because I'm African American, and it's really not a lot of funding opportunities coming our way from our own people. And one, I really want people to succeed, and I don't want them to have the financial burden of saying I can't go to college because I don't have the money,
Yeah,
or I tried this scholarship, but it's like a million people applying, so I feel less likely to apply because I don't feel like I'm gonna get it anyway. So stuff like that. So the more little scholarships that are out there, the more you can really get students to really apply, because it's not like a million people applying.
yeah,
And I was one of those students to really be afraid to write an essay. I didn't want to write an essay. I don't care how much you're giving me. I'm not writing. But if it was a math question, I get that $1 million, but that's never an application question. So
right.
I had to really find a way to really make my applications attractive, because writing is a detriment. It is a way for students to turn away, to pass up money. And I
Yeah,
didn't want people to pass up money. So the application process, obviously you need an essay, because that's what differentiates you from others. That's how you really sell yourself. But there's other things that also count on our application outside of the essay. And I don't want people to fear. That's why the essay questions are more fun than, tell me how you're going to change the world of DC with Black Lives Matter. Like, what? I don't know.
Tosh says breaking the
I don't know.
barriers, providing
I just know I'm gonna
opportunities,
be protested. So,
creating.
questions like that is really hard. And also, tell me how you're gonna make a difference in my college. I don't really know. I just know I'm a great student. So just to get students out of the feel of those type of questions and make it more fun to write. So that's why I try to pitch. That's how I try to pitch it and make wanting a scholarship more fun. And the more you do our scholarships, the more you'll reach out to those other big scholarships like Posse Foundation and Ford Foundation, Gates Foundation, all those big scholarships. The Ford's Foundation scholarship when it's $60 million soon.
Come on,
You'll
Lord.
be applying. You'll be applying for those because you have already practiced and you know how to write.
That's good. That's good. Awesome. I share with those who are watching today how we met, the story behind how we met. I touched a little bit about your heart of philanthropy, why this project was important to you, and you kind of touched on what you've been doing, what I've been doing. If anyone has questions for us, you can totally write them in the comments.
Yeah. Did you tell them how we really met? What did you say?
Yeah, I told them that I attended your class that you were in. You were studying for your master's, and I was one of the speakers that day.
She was a speaker, y'all. My age group speaking to us. I'm like, what? She was amazing. She blew my socks off. I was in a pilot course. I already finished my master's. I just went back to help with a pilot course and that they were doing, and she came in and I was like, who is this amazing female? I need to know her. So then we connected, but she powerhouse speaker. But yeah, that's how we met, and we've been friends since. That was in 2015.
Yep. She said
Mhm.
it the same way I said it. She just said it a little better. And I will say this: what I admire about you, Felicia, is that there's not a spirit of competition between she and I. There has never been. It's always been. Felicia's a great prayer partner of mine. We and share our dreams with each other. We're great friends. I didn't say that, but we are. And so I think this is just more to the journey. It just goes to show you, like when you're working in your purpose, God sends people in alignment to what you're doing. And we're just hoping that this scholarship fund will grow beyond us and will live beyond us. So I'm excited to know.
Yes. So the young professionals, the DMV Young Professionals Scholarship Fund, you already talked about everything?
Yep.
Okay, so all right. So tell me what we need to talk about now.
Listen, she
I'm
out
late
there
to the
ready.
party.
They say, yes, I love that. Yep, collaboration. There's no competition. God blesses us and gifts us all. Okay, hey, Black Math Academy. What specific careers do you all recommend for students to pursue? Oh, you know this. You about to light a fire in me. I'm gonna let Felicia. Would you like to answer that, or would you like me to answer?
So statistics says the best careers and if we're talking about youth, future youth, the best careers that are always going to be around is STEM careers, medical careers, and business. So that's my take. So I would say get into any career field that represents STEM, that represents business, and that represents the medical.
Okay. And
And when I say business, like you starting a business, so anything.
mhm,
It could be speaking, it could be author, it could be, but your particular business. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, that's always going to stand. What would you say?
I need to talk to them first. That's what I'm gonna say. I need to sit down and examine. See, you all in my wheelhouse. This is my powerhouse. I need to sit down and understand your innate natural skills, abilities, and interests and dissect that and kind of study like what have you been doing that led up to those interests? And then what are the opportunities that are in alignment with those interests? How can you practice those interests now? So before I give them a career to pursue, I have to understand them. Well, they have to understand themselves so they can get clarity. And we can misalign our kids and send them down a path to what's lucrative. What if that turns out to not be lucrative no more because we start going in a new direction? But when we're connected in alignment with what we're interested in, we will find a way to pivot.
Excellent.
So
That's
it
right.
depends on, I wouldn't point them in the direction of a career to pursue, but I want to understand them and I prompt them to understand themselves. That's where I go that route. So mine is a little deep, Black Math Academy.
Yours is very deep. She's a speak. This is
But
what she does on a regular.
this is my
She wants
thing.
to,
Yes.
right? She wants to pour into your youth from from their perspective where they want to go. And I think it's great. I think it's really, really great. Um, we
Oh,
are looking for students. We are
we
looking for students to apply to our scholarship, and we're looking for other people to hop on a bandwagon with us. If you are a DMV resident, you don't have to be from the DMV, but if you are a DMV resident and you want to, help us fill this bucket, help us fill this fund, we want to acknowledge you. We want to put you as a partner. Um, to be a part of this, because this is something that we're saying we're the young professionals of the DMV and we want to give back to our DMV students. DMV, I'm from New York, but I lived in the DC area for 10 years. And so my scholarship is always going to be it's always going to be the book scholarship. However, this particular scholarship is particularly for the DMV residents, students who are about to graduate from high school and go pursue their college career, all the way up to juniors in college. So if you know someone who's looking to continue on and need scholarship money, please send them our way, and please, and also join the movement.
Yes, come on. I just wanted to acknowledge that we had some family from Luke Seymour. Felicia and I have both done some work at Luke Seymour High School, and I love the students there. So, Nyara, thank you for joining us tonight.
Naira, I remember you, hon. Yay! She was really good.
Oh, see, listen, we got shout outs everyone. Felicia, I wanted to pose this question that was asked by the Black Math Academy. What are students missing in the classroom that they need?
Mentors. I'm always going to say the word mentors. I don't think that the classroom has enough support system when it comes to developing a student, due to the fact that, one, we're online now, but also connecting students with outside peers or outside professionals. I think we could do better at that, because the teacher don't have all the answers and the teachers don't have all the time or the capacity to really develop a student. And mentorship, I think more schools need to partner with mentoring organizations, and I think they need to make it a mandatory class opportunity. Just like some schools have homeroom, it should be mentorship room,
Ooh, I
where,
love that.
it should be where the mentoring organization is connected with the student, either virtually, or that should be the time. That should be the time where mentors and students connect, and to make homeroom mentorship room or mentor mentee room, and then they go into their regular classes. I think every school needs that, and I'll be the one to start it if you need me to. But I really think every school needs, like, they have homeroom where the students just come in and lay their head down, because I be seeing some students just come and lay their head down. They need mentors
Mm,
to be in a part of that.
mm.
What do you think?
Tosh says, I agree. We need to build a bridge between community and school. Yeah, for sure. And mentorship programs, like Tosh has a mentorship program as well for girls, are
Mm,
definitely an avenue to do so. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say. I think parents are missing from the classroom. I think there's a
mm.
disconnect between school and parents. It's like this is where you go to do that. When you get back, then we can talk about what we do here. But I think that there should even through high school, I feel like there should be a parent should be connected to what the student is learning, because I'm big on relationship. Like, this is an opportunity for us to develop relationship about what you're learning. And because parents typically have more wisdom than students, now I'd just like to see a little bit more partnership.
So how does that look, if a parent has a full-time job, 8 kids? How does that look?
Maybe one
How
month be with Johnny. In February, I'm gonna be with Chris. In March, did God tell you to have all 8 of them kids? Then ask God for the strength to be their full parent for all 8 of them. Like, be there for all 8 of them. Woo. So yeah, that's what I would say. But in all seriousness, and I don't mean to take that lightly, I know it. I'm not a parent, so I can only speak from the outside. But from what I do see, I recognize that it is challenging to be a multi-dimensional person whom is being the withdrawals are being made from in every area of life. And so some things you do delegate and prayerfully hope that your child is in good care. I totally get
Right.
that.
Right.
But when you do have the opportunity, small times, maybe you do have a day off, maybe you have a few hours, you got off a few hours early, maybe your school's close by, stop and then small things. I'm a big advocate of small things, small behaviors, not necessarily, like, I'm gonna be there Monday through Friday. Say something. And I'm gonna be in the back, not like that. But
Right.
yeah.
Did you show the website and how to actually um, access the website, how to help your student go through the website and fill in the proper form and how to do that? Did you go through that already?
Yep. And the website is actually here on the thing. They can see it.
Oh, perfect.
ypfund.com. All right, let's
Yes.
take this last question from the Black Math Academy. You got a lot of questions tonight. I love it. If college isn't an option, what would you suggest? I'll take that one.
Okay.
Well, I don't feel like college is the fit for everyone. And I just recently posted a video on this on social media because students ask me this often. And to be honest, a lot of today's students are concerned about the cost of college, that in their mind, the costs do not outweigh the financial burden outweighs the value in the long run. Like students are starting to think like that, I guess based off of what they've been seeing and hearing in the media. And so if it's not an option for the student financially, my first question would be, why is it not an option? Do they feel like they're not academically adept to be a candidate? Because if so, community college and working your way up to prove your academic abilities is one way. Is it not an option because they really don't have the money nor the financial support from their parents or guardian to get to college? Okay, well then my question would be, do you really want to go? And then getting connected to people who could show you opportunities to do that. But if the latter is, I'm really not interested in going, what are the other ways? So
Right.
many. Europe, Job Corps, military, a specific trade. There's this other program, Employee Prince George is in Maryland, which is like a job readiness program. They work with people who are in the ages of 18 to 24. That group, we call them the stragglers. They're like not in college, but they've achieved their high school diploma, but college is not an option. But in some workforce development program, some type of structure, too much idle time, I feel it has an emotional burden on you. Like you start to compare yourself and where you are, your abilities, and you start to say, well, maybe I'm not good enough to be like whatever you fill in that blank with. It has an emotional burden. And then it also has a professional burden because with your
Hmm.
idleness, your skill development is being not developed. So I'm just not an advocate of students being idle, period. So something, you need to be in something post high school, something. And honestly, that decision about what steps you'll make, that conversation starts at the very beginning of high school and not when it's time to graduate, which is what I've been like fighting with the Dream Career Academy. And so, yeah,
Right.
so to answer your question, the short term would be, I would ask the student, why isn't college the option? And then from there, coach them through those three avenues. Great question. Great question. Felicia, did you want to add anything?
Um, no, I think college is the option. And this particular scholarship is for college driven. So I'm not going to answer that because this platform is for college. This is a college scholarship, so we're not giving it to anything else.
Okay. She said what she said. Period. Okay. Let's close out tonight. What would you say, Felicia, to maybe the high school student who is feels like they never win anything? So why in the world should they apply to this? I never win anything.
That's good. Um, because you're gonna win this one. No, the only reason why you can't say you're never gonna win anything or you never win anything, that may be the reality, but just because you never won anything doesn't mean you shouldn't try everything. Always try because and I never won a lot of things either, but I never stopped trying. And then I started to see the win. Once you start winning one, it's a ripple effect. It's like, oh, I'm no, I'm unstoppable. But once you start losing, that it's not a ripple effect because every time you try again, you're closer, one step closer to winning. So I would say, don't stop. Try this one. Just try this one. A lot of people that apply to scholarships, you never meet the people. You're meeting us. We seem kind of nice, and we have a whole slew of people who's going to be reviewing the application. However, it's all about if you connect with what we're saying and you want to share with your kids, I think it's best to connect and then encourage them. And the reason why the reason why they feel like they can't apply due to the fact they're failing is because they don't have a cheerleader. They need a cheerleader to say, no, you could do it, try again. They need a mentor, a parent who's active and available, to cheer that student on. So I think that's also the reason. If I have a cheerleader in my corner, I don't care how many times I lost because they believe I can win.
Mhm. I love that. We on a winning team. Yeah, I would say to the student, there's been a lot of things that I applied for and I didn't get. And I don't even remember those things. I only remember the things that I did win, and that is my steam to try again. So I
Mm,
would say that to them: try anyhow. Try anyhow. We call those self-sabotaging thoughts when we feel like we're not good enough or competent enough or skilled enough to go after something. So put that little thought in the freezer, ball it up.
But you must be in a college. If you're a senior, you must be applying to college to apply for this scholarship. And just to throw out colleges, Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina is a great school to apply for if you're a senior. Saying, I don't know what to apply for. Benedict College. Linnita, you want to shout out a college?
Absolutely not. I'm not tied to any particular university, so I don't wish to shout out any. However, I did attend Towson University in Baltimore, Maryland. I had an incredible time. If I could do it all over again, I'd go back there. But yeah, I don't have any ties. We're looking for sponsorships though, so if they like me to have some ties now, I shout them out.
Right, that's good. But yeah. So you want to keep going?
I'm gonna close out tonight. I'm just gonna say thank you for joining me on this journey, so we can bless families.
Yeah, no, I thank you for this vision has been amazing, and we're gonna it's the vision, we see the vision, and it's just gonna become plain.
Yeah,
So
what I did
um
mention was the scholarship can be reapplied to, and the students who do receive the scholarship, we will maintain contact with them for the duration of their college graduation. The goal is degree obtainment. The goal is degree attainment. I'm sorry, not obtainment. And so that's my whole milk, bread, and butter. So I and Felicia don't want to just give you the money and pray that you finish, but we really want to be there with Felicia's main priority being mentorship and mine being degree attainment and career readiness. We daggone sure not letting you out there. So this particular student or students, they'll be blessed. They won't receive 2 additional mentors, some financial blessings. They definitely gonna get some of this prayer, be covering them in prayer. So it's a relationship really. This is a long term if they decide it to be a long term after graduation, but the goal is to really hold their hand. So yeah, I forgot to mention that.
and we want to bless 10 to 15 students this year. Well, let me say 7 to 15 students this year. So we're not just looking for one, and we want to bless 7 to 15 students. So please send it out, share it. Um, yeah. And if you want to become a sponsor, go to the website. We have a donation button as well as a form, and we have our contact email on there as well.
Yeah. So Black Math
So,
Academy, that answers your question. Go
yes,
to the website, ypfund.org. Jania said, I wish I could go back to high school and do it all over with you two ladies in my corner.
I
Oh,
love it. I love it. Same here.
you.
I didn't really have anybody in my corner. I had to do everything by myself, but that didn't stop me. And then I got a mentor to help me through college because I needed that. Um, so
Good stuff. And that explains why your heart is so passionate towards this work.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I want to end tonight. Thank you, Felicia, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is an amazing platform. You're doing amazing.
Listen, we're doing it together by God's glory. So thanks, sis.
Have a good one.
You too. Listen, I just want to thank you all for joining us live tonight for this edition of our Teenage Thursdays. Obviously, this is a non-traditional opportunity that we had. And you know, I only like to keep you for 15 minutes. Now I kept you for 45, almost 45. But I did want to say thank you. Please share the word if you know a high school student who or a current college student, and they could be in a 2-year or 4-year university. Please share. And so I will see you all next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we got some real good juice coming up for the month of March. We'll be transitioning from love and all things parents and getting right into career development. So right up my wheelhouse. All right. I will see you guys next Thursday. I love you and good night. You're welcome. Bye, family.